take us back to the drawer. I come home and do the grass and everything.
Mow the grass at 9:30?
You didn't say you were going 9:30.
You just said mow the grass. It was almost dark when I talked to you.
You need to scoot over some too, bud. You're getting too big for your britches.
I'm going on a diet.
I can tell.
But I'm going to still have some of these.
You're an idiot.
Welcome to today's edition of the Bourbon Battles. I'm Joe.
I'm Chad.
Hey, if you're tuning in, today's a great video. Chad and I just finished filming it, and we think it's one for the ages. So you're going to have to tune in to see who won between Elijah Craig Toasted Barrel and Old Forester
1910.
Following along with us here, we got a new way of doing things, and for everybody that was upset, mostly you, Nathan, that we didn't have a video out last week, we don't get paid a whole lot for this, so they'll come out when they come out.
We got a bunch to do now.
We got a bunch to do. We got a bunch made up.
We don't have to do no shenanigans.
There's a bucket over there with 6 months worth of battles.
I don't know. A little bit, yeah.
Well, 4 months. 4 months worth of battles over there. If we mix a few things in here and there in the meantime.
We gotta do some one-offs, some special reviews.
Like 10 Cup?
No.
You like 10 Cup?
No.
There's a lot of people say it's the best 10-year whiskey ever made.
I never heard anybody say that except for you.
Well, you don't watch the YouTubes then.
Was that with an S?
How do you spell it? Tell me. So, basically, if you haven't been following along, what we do is we've got a bucket over here that's got a ton of different envelopes with envelopes in the envelopes in the envelopes and sample bottles. We have no idea what we're drinking. We don't know if it's a bourbon, a rye. It could be Crown Royal. It could be Screwball. We don't have any idea.
It's the way we like it.
It's the way we like it. Why do we do that? Why do we drink everything blind? You want to tell them?
I don't know why.
You think that microphone's going to pick you up good today?
I don't know.
We're going to find out. So we do it because we don't give a rat's ass what's on the label. I like good whiskey. You like good whiskey?
I like some bad whiskey too.
I do too. My problem is I like almost all whiskey. So the premise of this is we think this tastes better than that, and everything in those envelopes, there's a method behind the madness. Would you agree with that? Things that a lot of people want to see. There's some viewer requests.
I can't answer it because my wife picked all the pairings. I have no idea what it is.
So we're in the same boat.
I have no idea.
So the other thing that we do, no matter how silly it is, and there's one in there, I know it's in there because it's a viewer request. We have to know what the viewer request is to put it in there, right? It's really silly. So no matter how silly your request is, unless it's really, really stupid, Jim Beam Apple against Pappy Van Winkle, we ain't going to do that. Unless you want to send us the Pappy Van Winkle, then we're happy to do
Unless everyone's getting mad because Jim Beam wins.
Jim Beam Apple.
Yeah.
Yeah, send us your request. And, I didn't even tell you we were going to do this, but you were running so late, it's going to be a surprise.
That's fine.
Some
people got to work for a living. Sorry, folks.
Yeah. So we need people to leave comments and like the videos. That all helps with the YouTube algorithms. So we're going to have a deal. You ready for the deal? On this video, 1 week from when it's released, if there's 200 likes, which would be a lot for us, we get about between 600 and 1,000 views typically in a week. If there's 200 likes, Chad and I on the very next episode will divvy this bottle of Johnny Bootlicker Blue Raspberry into 2 shots and drink it. Now you're committed to it. It's on the YouTubes.
I'm out.
Oh no, you're doing it. Gotta have 200 likes. So go like this video right now. And while we're talking about that stuff, find us on patreon.com. We can use your help there. /Bourbon Battles. Instagram. You put anything on there lately? Facebook and TikToks. We get more views on TikToks than we do on YouTube a lot of times. Those are quick little easy ones. If you're not on the TikToks, you should check out the TikToks.
We probably ought to get going on this.
Pick an envelope. Let's get on with it. We got to hurry. We're already 5 minutes into it.
Ratchet jaw in 5 minutes in.
No, you're talking about me cutting the grass the first 30 seconds. Just any of them, bud. Just random. What's in there? What's in that whiskey, you think?
I can't answer that.
How come?
Because I didn't put the stuff together.
Because it's blind. So here's the envelope in the envelope. that tells us what's what. And here's the drams. 1 and 2. So let's divvy these up. Here's 1.
That's good. You like drink
I'm
more than me.
scared of it.
Yeah, you like drink more than me, so.
And 2. I can smell that from here. You smell that from here?
I do.
Smells good, doesn't it?
Doesn't smell bad.
Let's see what we got. Get into it. Oh, number 1 smells good. Look what Chad brought me. Eyedroppers, so we don't screw it up anymore.
So we don't have to use a straw that's been in your ear. This number 2, to me, I think number 2 is a higher proof, but that's just my opinion.
It's a little more astringent or higher proof. Number 1 smells a little sweeter to me. Let's get into it. You gonna tell everybody about all these tasting notes you get?
Mm-hmm.
You gonna tell everybody why we don't do tasting notes? Because they're stupid. We will give some general things. I think that's. Have you tried number 1? A little oaky, you think?
I don't think it's too bad.
No?
Tastes like birthday cake.
What'd you eat for lunch?
It tastes like birthday cake with a little bit of dandelion leaf and
Mint sprigs? Yeah, I got mint sprigs and got some in my mustache.
some gray pepper.
Definitely not white pepper. I like number 1 quite a bit.
Is it good?
It is good. Number 2 is really good too, but I'm with you. It tastes higher proof.
Number 2?
Mm-hmm. Have you tried it yet?
I have not. It looks older too. That it just looks older. It's just darker. I shouldn't say it looks older. It just looks. It's darker.
This is really hard to pick. And I could probably go back. You guys know what we're drinking, obviously. We told you before this video started.
That's a unique flavor.
It's very unique. I didn't tell you, but when we're done, we're going to record the prequel to the video after we know what they are.
Okay.
So what you saw at the beginning was after what we're doing now.
I don't know what that means, but okay.
You will. Follow along. We're going fast.
It's fine. I'm gonna get a little shot just to see if it helps. Don't know that it will, but
I like them both.
are they good?
Do you like them? Do you think they're good?
Yeah, I do. It's the first time we've ever been over here and filmed this. We have to listen to that screaming ass chihuahua.
Give it a minute. Give it a minute.
Got any good stories about new whiskey coming out? Any good rumors? You're into the YouTubes and the podcasts. Oh, speaking of,
Jim Beam's got some new stuff.
yeah,
Let's hear it.
talking about Jim Beam.
Oh, if you watched our last video, which was 4 Roses Single Barrel, you remember what it was?
Mm-mm.
I made a comment that Old Granddad 114
It was Baker's,
was this, yeah, Baker's 7 year.
and that's incorrect.
I made a comment that Baker's
Not only did you make a comment, you posted on the damn video that it's a fact. It was the same.
right. I screwed up. You
were fat mouthing. We've been stomping out fat mouth since the beginning.
Oh,
I think number 1 smells a lot better with water.
number 2 I went backwards on accident there. Not on accident because it doesn't matter. Number 2 just got really interesting. And people, you guys need to understand, when we put water in this, It's not like we're putting the equivalent of a cube's worth of water in here, right? We're putting 1 drop in about a half an ounce.
Makes it smell better, but does not taste any better. Number one.
Number one?
Mm-mm. But it does make it smell better, I think.
I don't think it helped it. I don't think it hurt it near as bad as you do. Number 2, the verdict's out on me. It's almost like it's a completely different kind of whiskey with a drop of water. Like it's a different brand.
Versus a completely different kind of whiskey without a drop of water, or what?
Right.
That is profound.
It's like it's totally different. It tastes good. I like it. I like it with and without it. I don't know that I like one better than the other, but I can see drinking a little bit of this and putting a couple drops in it when your glass is half gone.
I think I know what that is.
Well, we're going to have a prediction, but not quite just yet.
Okay.
I do not have a prediction on what it is. You think it's sweet wheat?
No.
And yeah. Are you ready to pick?
Yeah.
Going by our thing here.
I'm going to say better, but close.
I'm going to say a little better, and it's not because I dislike the one that I'm not going to pick. I like them both a lot, but I've got to pick one, so I think it's a little better. Not quite as, I think it's a little more gap than you picked. You ready to pick your winner on 3? 1, 2, 3. So you picked 1, I picked 2.
I did.
That does not surprise me by the way they tasted, because they're both so good. Would you agree with that?
Yeah. I think that this one, number 1, I think at first it was pretty...
And you did not like it with water.
Well, I didn't like it with... water didn't make it better, but I think without water it was pretty decent. And this one, also, I didn't really like as much with water. However, I will say that when you put water in this one, it makes it a lot easier to drink.
What did you think it was? You said you had a prediction.
Well, I think it's a rye of some sort, but I don't know.
Interesting. Let's see. You want to see? Want to see what they are?
Yeah.
So you picked 1, I picked 2, so we call it a tie. Especially as close as we were, I think the tie is fair. So I can see through the thing. That's 2. This is 1. This is what you picked. Elijah Craig Toasted Barrel.
That makes sense that I would pick that.
You love that stuff, and
Well,
you like it.
I'm partial to Heaven Hill anyway.
Yeah, I like Elijah Craig Toasted Barrel quite a bit. And
Maybe that's Woodford.
Old Forester 1910.
There you go.
So, it's funny because we just had this conversation unrelated to this video.
Yeah.
Do you want to explain? See if I can find Elijah Craig.
I will try to explain it the best I can.
And then maybe we can explain why these two got paired together.
So, the way I understand it is there are only 2 production toasted barrel whiskeys from major distilleries on the market. One is Elijah Craig. The other one is Michter's. A lot of people argue and say, well, this is toasted, or there's some other...
Even Maker's Mark Private Selects.
Yeah, I mean,
46.
there's some other stuff that people say are toasted, but the way I understand it is, to be toasted, it has to be completely rebarreled in a toasted barrel. Now, I know that like places like Woodford, when they do their double oaked, I know that at least one of those barrels is a toasted barrel. So I don't know.
But this goes into a secondary barrel that's got a number X char. This goes into a secondary barrel that's just toasted,
Correct.
Which is a different procedure.
It is.
But they both go into a secondary barrel after the normal aging procedure for a shorter period of time.
And that's correct. And I'm going to guess that is probably what goes on at Woodford too. I don't know. If anybody knows, comment and tell me, because I'd like to know.
But not Basil Hayden.
No. Basil Hayden toast is not toasted at all. Not toasted at all.
Does it go into? It doesn't go into secondary barrel.
That I'm aware of. No.
At all.
Are
you done with that?
I am. It's from what I can tell, Basil Hayden toast is just because it's rye, or it's the mash bill has replaced the rye with brown rice.
I noticed you did not say Peerless double oaked.
Because I'm I'm not for certain what Peerless does.
And that's not toasted.
And
so.
I wouldn't think that they would be considered a major production distiller either.
You have one of those, don't you?
I do.
Will you bring me a dram of that sometime?
Mm-hmm.
I've never had it. I'm guessing it's very good. So this is pretty interesting. If you'd asked me beforehand, what did I think I was going to pick, it would have been the Elijah Craig. Now, 1910's great.
It is.
These are 93 proof and 94
say,
proof. They're same proof.
As far as whiskey tasting goes, that's 93 actually. But
yeah, 93, 94.
As far as whiskey tasting goes, this actually it tasted a lot different to me than what I would assume if I was drinking it. If I poured a glass right now, so
you would have never thought that was Old Forester.
I didn't think it was Old Forester.
This is one of my. I love this stuff, and obviously I like this better,
right.
Which is cool. This is why we do this, right? I don't know where you live or where you're watching this from. This is not easy to find anywhere around here. It's not impossible,
right?
But you don't see it very often.
The 1910's everywhere, but it's
every liquor store.
It's a little expensive, in my opinion. But they can get.
Are they about the same?
I think this is a little cheaper, but they can get that much out of it. It's why it's expensive.
Yeah, a lot of people, back to their Whiskey Row series. This is, a lot of people's favorite, the 1920. It's not secondary barrel, but I assume it's the same mash bill and a higher proof. And they've got the bottled and bond. They've got a lot of stuff in that series, and this is excellent whiskey as well.
Mm-hmm.
So, no, this was a good one. I like this. This is why we do this.
I'm partial to the 1920. I bet if we would have done a 1920 against that, I would have picked the 1920.
Yeah,
maybe, but the proof is so much different. It's hard to do.
The proof is different, and so this is what we're trying to get with these things, right? These were both finished in a secondary barrel, even though I wouldn't really consider that finished. I consider finished a different spirit barrel or a wine cask or whatever, but they've gone in to a different part of this process.
They've been monkeyed around with.
Which makes these a perfect thing to blind together.
Yeah.
The
flavors are completely different. They're nothing alike.
This I thought was extremely unique. There's nothing at all wrong. This was great.
This is not a typical. This doesn't have a typical whiskey taste, but
What about this? 200 likes. Johnny Bootlicker Blue Raspberry.
Let me see. It's Johnny Bootlegger.
Are you sure? I don't have my glasses on.
Yeah, I'm sure.
This is cask strength Scarface Sour Raspberry. So
what is the proof on that?
It's high. So 200 likes.
Cask strength at 12%.
Yeah, it's high. It's malt liquor. 200 likes. This goes into 2 glasses, and we down it after we do this. Our blind. Otherwise, everything's going to taste like shit.
Why are you going to cuss?
Because this tastes.
If it tastes bad, why are you signing us up to drink it?
Oh, because I just think it'd be a good time to be had. Because we never drank anything stupid.
White Label. Just drink a bottle of White Label and smack each other in the head with the bottle.
The whole bottle.
Yeah.
Chug it.
We could.
We're not doing that. Maybe.
I want to give a special shout out to Atesh.
Thanks for watching, Atesh.
He says he watches every video on the weekends and just sits on his couch and laughs.
He should send us a bottle of whiskey.
Well,
to blind.
He might.
Atesh, when you see this, send us something nice. Get it to Chad. We'll drink it. It'll go in the Bourbon Battles lineup. So,
why is it 110 degrees in here?
I don't know, but look, you're not far off. Let us know on Facebook, Instagram, YouTube. Find us all those places. Let us know what you want to see in the next battle. Not every time, because some of them are so stupid you can't see straight. When we get a reasonable request, they get poured up in these little sample bottles. Everything goes into the envelopes and they go into the bucket. So I can't tell you, if you're one of the guys, Steve, thank you for reaching out and giving me one the other day.
This is a request?
Yeah, this wasn't, no. Otherwise it would have been on that paper. We didn't really talk about where they're from, but this is this is easy. Heaven Hill, Old Forester, which is Brown Foreman. They're both in Kentucky. So let us know what you want to see. Find us on all those social media outlets. 200 likes, we drink the Johnny Bootlicker Blue stuff. And don't drink and drive. What are you supposed to do?
You tell me.
drive to the watermelon crawl.